Okay, this is part 2 of Ready Lesson 10 for 8th grade. So let's go ahead and continue where we left off. So it says continue reading the account. Use a closed reading and a hint to help you answer the question. Because many mollusks creep along slowly, they need defense mechanisms. Mollusks with shells simply retreat into their body armor to protect themselves from predators. But the blue ring octopus, a mollusk found in the South Pacific, defends itself with a bite so fierce it is almost always fatal to humans. Overall, mollusks are peaceful inhabitants of our planet. Whether they live on land or in the sea, they are not aggressive. Our taste for cooked mussels, clams, and oysters, in fact, make us far more dangerous to mollusks than they are to us. So let's look at the closed reading. It says circle 2 phrases in the first paragraph that help you understand the technical term defense mechanism. So, looking in the first paragraph, I can see that they say they need defense mechanisms. And so now I'm going to take my circle tool and I'm going to circle 2 phrases that help me understand this term. Well, here I can see that it says that they defend themselves and also that they retreat into their body armor to protect themselves. So these 2 phrases definitely show me that what the technical term defense mechanism means. So now let's move on. It says circle the correct answer. Which statement best explains why the author has used the words retreat, fierce, and fatal in the first paragraph above? A says to warn readers that mollusks are often aggressive and dangerous. B says to emphasize the contrast between different mollusk defenses. C says to explain the mystery behind a mollusk defense system. Or D says to call attention to the unusual shells grown by the mollusk family. Now, looking at the answer choices, I would honestly think that B would be the best answer choice, to emphasize the contrast between different mollusk defenses. The reason B is correct is because the author uses these words to heighten the understanding of different types of mollusks and their defense mechanisms. A is incorrect because the author is writing to inform readers, not to warn them. C is incorrect because the author is not explaining a mystery. And D is incorrect because the author is not focusing only on unusual shell grown by a mollusk family. Other defense mechanisms are utilized. At the bottom it says, look at the answers you chose above. Explain how the connotations of the words help you understand the ideas about mollusk defense mechanisms that the author wants to convey. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up here to my type tool. Now the words in the question are the words that they're referring to. So the words are retreat, fierce, and fatal. So these words all have different connotations. The word retreat actually has a very positive connotation. You can retreat to get somewhere safe. While the words fatal and fierce tend to have more of a negative connotation. So let's go ahead and let's answer this question. The connotations of the words help the reader understand that retreating is a good thing for the mollusk if they do not retreat, it will be fatal, which is a word that has negative connotation. So the author basically wants us to understand that retreating is a good thing, and that by not retreating it would be fatal, which is a bad thing. That's why they use positive and negative connotations. Go ahead and type this answer into your own. Okay, let's move on. So part 4. Read the scientific account, use a study buddy, and close read to guide your reading. Armadillo Attributes. The word armadillo comes from a Spanish word meaning little armored one. The armadillo earned its name from the bony carapace that shields the armadillo's body like hinged plates of armor. This protective covering has helped this homely animal survive for about 55 million years. Armadillos are related to sloths and anteaters. They may also be descendants of ancient dinosaurs. Some scientists believe modern armadillos are related to an extinct animal called the glyptodont. Like armadillos, glyptodonts originated in South America. Today, more than 20 species of armadillos live in Central and South America. The 9-band armadillo is the only species in the United States. It is now found in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana, and parts of Florida. Armadillos have many strange yet fascinating traits. In order to swim, they can swallow air to inflate their stomachs, becoming as buoyant as a balloon floating on the water. When threatened, armadillos may react defensively by jumping 3 to 4 feet into the air. Some are able to curl up into tight balls. Armadillos have terrible eyesight, so they use their foolproof sense of smell to find food. They probe grasses, decaying logs, or sandy soil with their pointy snouts. Once they locate beetles, ants, or other insects they like to eat, they eagerly dig them out with sharp claws and trap them with narrow, sticky tongues. Armadillos are the only mammals with protective shells. You might assume that these shells and other traits make armadillos immune from danger. However, predators such as dogs, wolves, and coyotes hunt these peaceful animals. Sadly, speeding cars and trucks can also injure or kill them. Despite these present threats, armadillos continue to survive in a variety of habits and climates. So let's look at the closed read. It says underline examples of figurative language in the first and fourth paragraphs. So I'm going to go up to the first paragraph and I'm going to look for figurative language that I can underline. In the first paragraph, I can see that it says that the armadillo's body is like hinged plates of armor. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to underline that. So it earns its name from the bony carapace shields with hinged plates of armor. And it also wants me to find figurative language in the fourth body paragraph. So here I can see in the fourth body paragraph, it says that they can swallow air to inflate their stomachs, becoming as buoyant as balloons. So this is a simile. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to underline that. Now the next closed read says circle words with strong connotations that are used to describe the armadillo. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my circle tool and I'm going to go through and I'm going to look for words that describe the armadillo. So in the first paragraph I see homely. In the fourth paragraph I see strange and yet fascinating. In the fifth paragraph I can see that the words terrible and foolproof are used to describe them. And finally, in the last paragraph, they're referred to as peaceful. So let's go over the questions. Number 1 says, what does the word immune mean as it is used in the passage? Is it A, defensive, B, unaffected, C, threatened, or D, unaware? Well, the best word for immune out of these choices would be B, unaffected. Unaffected means traits rendering armadillos immune from danger, making them unaffected by threats. So immune from danger means unaffected. A is incorrect because being immune from something may involve a defense against it, but that's not the same as being defensive. C, threatened, plays off danger, but it's not meaning immune. And D, unaware, hints the armadillo's shell might make it unaware of danger, but that's not the same as immune. Number 2 says, which of the phrases of the passage best helps the reader understand the meaning of immune? Is it may react defensively, these peaceful animals can also injure or kill them, or in a variety of habitats and climates? In this case, C would be correct. The fact that armadillos can be injured or killed is something that gives a clue to the meaning of immune. If armadillos were truly immune to danger, they would be unaffected by threats in their environment. Number 3, explain why the author uses words like homely, strange, fascinating, terrible, foolproof, and peaceful to describe armadillos. Write a paragraph about what these word choices reveal about how the author would like readers to feel about armadillos. Use at least 3 specific details from the text in your response. Here's an example response. The word choice reveals that the author wants readers to admire the armadillo and see it as an unusual and complex creature. Homely, strange, and terrible show that the author finds even the negative traits of the armadillo interesting. Foolproof, fascinating, and peaceful have positive connotations that reveal the armadillo's qualities. Okay, go ahead and work on part 5 independently. Thank you for watching.